So just like we talked about the first part, we want to classify the angles. There are three different types. We have either an acute, a right, or an obtuse. Remember, our right angle is exactly 90 degrees. 90 degrees. We have to have that little circle on the end. And our acute is then less than 90. So it is a smaller angle. And our obtuse is more than 90. We already confirmed our first one is a right angle. This one is a right angle. Can anyone look at C and tell me what C is?
Acute.
Acute, thank you. It is an acute angle. So C is an acute angle. So that is all you have to do is now you got to look here. This arrow is kind of weird on this one. It's actually looking at this angle. This assignment, it's actually looking at the corner, that angle. And the other ones, you just got to say if it is an acute, a right, and obtuse for B and D. For B and D. So the last two angles, you just got to say, are they acute, right, or an obtuse? Okay, so now let's go on to the top part. Let's go on to the top part and let's look at number 1 and 2 together. So number 1 um, says find the measure of AOC. Okay, AOC, if I look here, is this particular angle right here. I'm going to draw this in red so you can see which angle we're talking about. AOC. Does everyone see that AOC is that angle?
Yeah.
Okay. So AOC, they want us to find the actual measure of that angle. Well, to find that measure of that specific angle, what I want to do is the bottom part, right, where A is. The bottom part at the beginning. We need to look, that has to start at 0. Okay? So the bottom part, so we want to look at our protractor and we want to use the outside numbers for AOC because the bottom part needs to start at 0. And so this is 0. So the outside is our numbers are what we're looking at. Now we need to look all the way up to C to see what angle that is. And C, can you see C crosses at 30? Do you see that? It crosses at 30. So our angle is 30 degrees. Okay, and we have to use the little circle, so it's 30 degrees. Let's look at BOD. BOD is here, it goes across here, but it goes up here, so it's kind of on the other side, right? BOD starts on the other side. We want to look, B is on the flat end, and that starts at 0. So our 0 this time is on the inside of the protractor. So we need to look at the inside of the protractor because we start at 0. We always start at 0 and then we go up. And then we go up to where D is. D is where it's up. And notice D on the inside, it is between 60 and 70, right? if you were to guess what D is, what would you think D is? Does anyone have any ideas? 65? 67? It could be 65 or 67. The picture's a little blurry. So both answers I would accept. I'm just going to write down 65 for now, but I would accept 67. It's close. Okay? And that is all you have to do for the rest of the assignment. For number 3 and 4, you just got to look at the protractor and try to figure out what is the measure. So yeah, let's look at COD. So let me erase this and let me highlight COD. I COD is here. Right, in a normal world, we would use the protractor and we would rotate the protractor, but we can't do that here. So we would have to subtract. So COD, the first part starts at 30. What I would do is I would start at 30, right? And then D, this is 30, and D is at what? 115? It's at 115. So I could subtract 115 minus 30, and that will give me COD, which is um, 85, right? 85. So measure COD would be 85.
Thank you. Yes.